Hello again. I'm back. It's a new year and I'm going to design a calendar. Here's me drawing in the outline of a polar bear. Yes, I'm using reference, but I'm just using it to get the feel of the bear. It's not the same position. It doesn't look like the same picture at all. I usually use 2 or 3 pictures before I get the feel of the animal and draw it in my own position. So I'm using a 6B pencil because I like that to sketch in. And I designed the numbers and the dates and everything myself. I don't know the anatomy of a polar bear per se. I just get a feel for things when I see reference photos. They stimulate me, and I start seeing images in my head of how I can draw things myself. I know polar bears are streamlined from the nose to the tail end. They have a pointy nose and they just get wider all the way to their butt. Their ears are more set back. They have more of a neck than black bears or grizzly bears. I guess because they have to dive into the ice and into the water and catch fish. Not fish, I mean seals more likely than fish. I don't know if they eat fish. Do they eat salmon? I know grizzly bears eat salmon. I redrew the head of this baby polar bear because it wasn't looking very polar bear-like. So I just made the nose more streamlined, pointier, and have him looking up. I wanted the babies to look up and look in different directions. Here I am using the syrup brush to go over my rough. So I created a new layer and use the syrup brush to go over my rough drawing. And even the second baby bear, there was something about him that wasn't quite right. So I redrew him as well. I don't remember if I redrew him off camera or not. But there's something about his neck. He looks too much like a black bear or just a regular bear. The grizzly bears they also have a longer neck, but not as much as the polar bear. And as you can see, I'm going to get rid of that smile. I didn't want it to look like a cartoon, too cartoony or too fairy tale-like. I wanted it to be like a stylized version of a polar bear. So it's still a cartoon version, but the smile, it was too much. Can you guess what they're looking at? I guess you'll find out when I render this image, when I color it. I'm already starting to think about the next calendars. The next months. And I'm not sure if I want to do a whole series of polar bears, because you can do polar bears in summertime too now. Unfortunately, the ice caps are melting and they do migrate. I wonder if they'll evolve because of that. They probably will. It's unfortunate, but they probably will. And I don't know. I think it'd be fun to do something different for each month. What do you think? Please comment in the comments. Should I do all polar bear calendar or different subject matter? Feel free to write down in the comments also some suggestions of the next month's subject matter for the next month. Thanks. Here's me trying to make some selection groups, but I was having a hard time because the outline wasn't one whole piece. And in the end, I redrew the whole calendar. So there it is. They're going to be looking at the Aurora Borealis. That's what I'm doing. I'm drawing in the electrical storms from the sun. So what I do is I just draw with the airbrush tool, a green and a red streak, and then I take the smudge tool and I bring it down. But then I realized there was something off, so I brought the red up into the green. It was too much of a stark line between them. So I smoothed that out too, added some more red, and there you have it, the Aurora Borealis. Of course, I'm going to add to it in just a minute. I was having trouble erasing the border. I didn't want the Aurora Borealis in the border of the calendar, but I was having trouble with selection groups. So one thing that's very important, get a good outline, base outline drawing going with no holes in it, you know, like a closed outline shape, so that you can make selection groups much easier. The sky didn't really look like the right color, so here I am changing it, making it a little bit darker, a little bit more midnight blue. Then I wanted a gradation from the bottom of the sky to the top. Bottom's lighter, and I decided to make the whole calendar that beautiful light blue. And then I added some gusts of snow and wind in front and behind the Aurora Borealis layer. I thought I'd add my initials to the artwork. I don't know, what do you think? Should I add my initials to the calendars, or should I just leave them out? Just like a monogram, GM. And what I do is I copy the whole canvas, so I get it all on one layer. Then I go into curves and I pop up the whole thing, jazz up the whole thing, punch it up. That's the word I was looking for. So it makes the darkers dark, the darks darker, and the lights lighter. Oh, and I forgot his nose here for some reason. It's not colored in. So I had to fix that. Well, it's finally time to print it. The fun part. I have the Epson XP 15000. It prints A3 plus paper, which is 13 by 19, up to 13 by 19 inches. So I made it as big as I possibly could. I try to add borders though, white borders, because some of the printing experts say that if you print without borders, it's not good for your printer because it sprays on the side of the printer inside. So you're better off having a little border and then cropping it yourself, cutting it. And here it is. Here's the finished print product. Of course, I'm gonna crop it. I'm gonna cut out the white parts and round the corners. I'm gonna get it professionally printed so that you guys, when my shop is open, if you were interested, you could have a nice professionally printed calendar on glossy paper or semi-glossy paper. And yeah, they'll be huge.